Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over a coin called Moonriver. It's actually a slightly popular coin, a little bit out of the polka dot ecosystem. I went over Glimmer or Moonbeam yesterday, and the big difference between this one is the supply right here. You can see it has limited supply, so that's good. But this coin even dumped even more. This also too was a coin that was highly promoted by, I'm not going to mention any names, but people with a lot of YouTube followers out there and telling you to buy it at $340 or something like that. Well, I'm here to tell you now is the time, if you're interested in this coin, to start looking for opportunities for potential, maybe a pump in the future, whether it's going to do a corrective bounce or whether it's going to go bullish. Don't know yet. Nobody can answer that question. So this is a highly volatile coin. There's no doubt about that, guys. You want to be very careful with a coin like this, okay? So what I mean by that is that if you do decide to dive into this coin, you need to have a strategy where you're going to exit if things don't go according to plan. However, the coin has gone down, I think, like 97, 98%. If I was looking at this, I was thinking this is either going to potentially do a corrective bounce or maybe it's going to zero. Maybe it's going around. I don't think so. I think it's going to be around. They have quite a few Twitter followers over here, 125,000. So let's go over the technicals now on Moonriver and check this out. So you can see here, back in August, it had a pump. And now it's had a dump to 98% more or less. All right. I've gone through this. There's a couple things right here. This is a very, very deep zigzag correction that it did, a very aggressive zigzag. So is it done with this correction? Let's take a look at that. Go to the daily. You don't get much data except really on the daily here. And this is the 5-wave sequence that it did with an extended third wave, in my opinion. You can see that in the RSI down here. Went back up, create that bullish divergence, and did a correction right there to the upside, and then now swung back down. So here's the thing that I'm looking at. So you see that lowest peak on the RSI, that's a third wave, and here's a fifth. There's no divergence right there on the daily, guys. So that is a concern. This could be the third, and this could be the fourth and the fifth, and it's going to come back down here. You want to be aware of that, okay? Now, the thing is, too, is that this fifth could have been very aggressive and take that out on the daily. And they can do that, especially with highly volatile assets such as Moonriver. As you can see, here's that third to the fifth on the 12-hour. Now you have your divergence. Okay, and there's 5-wave moves in there. So is it done with this correction? Don't know. Just you want to keep this in the back of their mind that this does not turn into something like this. So your third wave would go there and a fifth wave over here, and now your third wave's just like so. Okay, you want to be aware of that. All right, I'm not saying it's done. This is a coin right now that I would, not financial advice. What I would do, watch. I would watch before jumping into something like this. So let's go to this area right here, see what's going on. Sussing this out on a bullish count was difficult. It does do wild swings, and you can't get a bullish count out of that off the bottom in this scenario right here, guys. So the count is a very wild swing here on this 1, and then this 4 bounced over here. And you can see usually with these diagonals, you want to see a fourth wave bounce off the top of that 1. So you see this spike out of there. I'm excluding that spike on that wick, but you can see right there in this area right over there, bounced off of it and shot this fifth wave up like so. So it's actually an expanding diagonal that it could have done. So it's 3-wave swing here, back down for a second, up for a third, back down for that fourth, and it shot up with a overthrow on a fifth, like so. That's the bullish count, okay? The bearish count would just be A, B, C, like so. I'll throw that on there. Just be like an A to probably here, B, and then up for a C. That could be the count, and it's coming back down to finish a fifth wave. So the good news for Moonriver is this right here. You see this price action, and then you see it right here in the RSI. It's taking everything out. Okay, I'm going to see that go nice and deep. If it's nice and deep down here and the price is still above in these areas, above this low, that's a good signal. That's usually a bullish signal, if you can believe it. It'll be down in these areas, but you take a look at the RSI and you'll be like, wow, reset its whole cycle. And that's what you want to see. So on the daily, it's looking okay. It's just looking okay. On the 12-hour, you can see here, it's nice and deep, okay? And you want to see that come down into those areas. So what kind of swing is it doing? No telling. I looked at that. You're just gonna have to wait for it to finish whatever it's gonna be doing in here, okay? Some sort of impulse down, and it could swing up on a B and then come back down for a C wave down to these areas, guys. So at the end of the day, if you're interested in Moonriver, here's your line in the sand right there, $9.92. And you want to see Moonriver maintain that low right there. And it could. Like I said, if it's not, this becomes a fourth and it could swing down for a fifth, okay? So it swung up and there's a potential bullish move right now for it. So I wouldn't do anything. I would wait for it. More than likely a coin like Moonriver, since it's so volatile, you could say that this is a 1 and it's coming down maybe for something like this, swing up on a B and do a 2, like so. Swing back up, kind of like that again. Maybe do another move up, like so, and it could swing back down like so, and then come back down into these areas and make another 2. It could do that. Or it can make a huge diagonal, and then at some point, when the markets go a little bit more bullish, right, it could get out of there. So that's basically what I would be looking for with it. Would I be doing anything with it right now? No, the risk to reward ratio is too high, because you can't suss out if this is a 4 and back down for a 5. You're not going to know. Let this correction finish, okay? And it's too early, in my opinion. You don't have enough data from this chart to say, okay, conclusively, is this a bullish sequence or not? You're not going to know 100% until this correction is over with. There's no way to know. So as an example, let's say it's making a correction. You assume this is an A, it's coming down for a B, and it swings back down all the way down there for a C. You're going to know that was not a bullish sequence. Okay, if it stays above there, you have a higher probability that this was a bullish sequence. Nobody can answer that question, no matter how good they are at counting. And I'm, not to boast or brag, is pretty good at the basics at long-term counting and figure out long-term trends on assets. What's the benefits to Moonriver? One, you have a 98% drop. That's good. Probably near the low. The odds are it's near the low. The odds are somewhere in this area it's near the low. Two, it's really not going to go much deeper, whether it's here at 989 or then maybe down to 850 or something like that. So it's somewhere near the low. If you're looking to possibly get in a coin like this, this is really the area that you want to be checking it out. But you have to realize off the bottom and then consolidate, and then it might take some time, a few months. I don't mean 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It could take 2, 3, 4, even 5 months, and then it can finally get out of there, guys. You want to be aware of that. And then potential upside, as an example with this coin, is if this is ABC here, a 50% retrace of something like this, just 50% of that whole leg is, back up to $68. And a potential just move on like something like that is a potential 5x. That's what worst case, an actual worst case scenario would be somewhere in this area in a 382. So a 382, Moonriver making a move like that for almost a 3x, easy. in my opinion. It could just come back down, and then say that's an A, and it could come back down like this, and boom, was up on a C. It could easily do something like that, and then boom. Okay, that's the bearish scenario, and then this whole sequence is going to go back down farther. So just to give you guys an idea, the potential upside with it, in my opinion, over the next say 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month, 5 months, or something like that, is pretty high in my opinion. But it's too much of a risk for my taste, not financial advice, to be jumping in this area. Let it correct. This is a good sign though. This is right here. You see it's dumping. You see it's dumping right now. There, that area, this RSI is coming down nice and deep. That's technically, from a momentum point of view, that's a bullish signal because it's resetting itself. It's resetting itself in this RSI, come real deep again. For what reason? Where we come back down here to go up again. All right, guys, that's the end of my video. If you made it all the way to the end, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.